Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Monday night team call. I'm so excited to have you guys on and just pour into you. And tonight, we are actually going to have two of our area managers on this team. They are going to pour into you, and I just want to give a little bit of background info. So Brittany and Haley both started, and I'm sure they're going to talk a little bit about I actually don't know what they're going to talk about. So like I have my notepad right here ready to take notes and really just like fully like get out what they want to say. I want to get out the full content. Gosh, that was terrible wording. Anybody can do Arbonne, guys, even if you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Okay, so anyway, Haley and Brittany both started their businesses in the last 7 months. Haley began at the end of October, and Brittany started in February, I believe. So both ladies are doing big things. We were together this last weekend. We had an area manager and above retreat in near Toronto. Guys, I'm sure they're going to give you guys so many good talking points, things they learned. And I just want to say, like, wherever you are in your business right now, tune in and like, whether you're day one, whether you're day 101, what they're going to say is going to be really, really important. The things we learned at this area manager retreat, we just want to pour into you. And I'm just so excited to hear what they have to say. A few things before they start, just like little like note things. I want to really foot stomp Pure Impact training. So if you guys are like, what the heck, like, I don't know what that is. So pretty much what Pure Impact training is, training series, Arbonne training series that goes, it's throughout the US. So there are like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 or 8 locations that they do these trainings. And guys, go onto your Arbonne website. So if you're brand new, log into your website, go to dashboard, go to Arbonne events, and then down to Arbonne conferences, click that, or something along those lines. Maybe it's not the exact wording. Write this down, guys, if you're new and you're like need to remember. But I'm serious. Go to that. You will see impact training there. Click more info. You will see this like 8 or 7 or whatever locations. Guys, wherever you are, last year I drove 6 hours to be at one of these. I was a regional vice president at the time. I like really still was pretty new into Arbonne, but I made a point to be there. And I know Megan made a point to be there, and she was were you a district manager, Megan? Like thumbs up. Yeah, she was a brand new district manager. And I remember Alex and I were so like, we were like, Megan, you have to be there. And she was like, I don't really like, I remember she had her boyfriend at a football game that weekend. She wanted to go support him. She had a lot of other things she wanted to do. But guys, if you intend on growing this business, not only tapping into this virtual Arbonne fam here every Monday night, being at an in-person event, I can't explain what it'll do, and the stories you're going to hear, the people you're going to see, you're going to be able to surround yourself with belief of this business, and you're going to go home and you're going to be like, I'm going to make this work. So that is happening September. So based off of what location, there are different dates. I'm going to be personally speaking at the Chicago one, so we are going to have a massive team there. And guys, like wherever you're at, make an effort to be there. We're going to set up like, you know, groups. So if you're in the one in Sacramento, or if you're going to the one in Tennessee, or if you're going to the one in Dallas, or you're going to the one in DC, like wherever you're going, we're going to find people on this team that are going to that one to hook you up so that you don't feel like you're walking in alone. We're all a fam. And anyway, you're not walking alone, because this whole Arbonne fam is so much bigger than just Fit Life Nation. So anyway, I just wanted to foot stomp that, guys. It's really, really like, it's life-changing, and its registration is like $35. Like, okay, $35 is like 2 glasses of wine, or a bottle of wine or whatever. I don't know. So it's really important to be there. And I would highly, 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 highly recommend that you make it a priority. So before I just like make people be so annoyed with me and they get off this call, I'm going to kick it over to Britt and Haley. I don't know who of you are talking first. Raise your hand so I can like unmute. Okay.
I'm going first.
Oh, perfect. You can unmute yourself. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to kick it over to them, and we're just going to enjoy.
Just to let y'all know, Pure Impact is actually cheaper than one burger in Canada. So that's a fun note. So you can be there. Anyways, So my name is Brittany. Brittany Urquhart, Brittany Till. I just got married recently, so I'm still getting used to that. But I am an area manager, and I started my business in February. I love Arbonne. I live it, honestly. It's so fun for me. I tell people all the time, this is not a business. This is an opportunity, and it's a fun opportunity. And I just cannot wait to see where it goes, especially after this weekend. Like, I'm so fired up. Me and Haley probably talked like 20 times because we don't know how to take all that we learned and condense it down to 15 minutes of goodness. Because it was so amazing. So today we're really just going to like chit chat about, I have notes because I'm a note person, but today we're going to just chit chat about like sponsoring and the big picture of everything. So basically I just wanted to hit a few points that they shared with us this weekend. So the first thing is that you have got to show up for yourself every single day. Like every single freaking day, you have got to show up for yourself. You've set your goals for the day, the week, whatever, and you got to make them happen. And we'll talk a little bit more about how we plan on maybe helping y'all out with that later on. But I tell my girls all the time, like, you have got to be consistent daily. Like, whether you're posting one thing, 5 things, whatever, like, you have got to post something every single day. And that's like not an option. That has to be done. And people that don't even want to buy from you will tell you, hey, I'm not necessarily into what you're doing. And this has happened to me like multiple times, but I think that you're consistent. And I think the way that you run your business brings like integrity to it. So I think that that's awesome that, you know, you just stay consistent and you share every single day. Another thing too, is that like, you've got to like constantly just like live in the moment and like be proud of where you're at. So like, don't get discouraged when like people, you know, will try to tear you down or like tell you something that you're doing is, you know, not good. So that's why I tell people, even if you're being consistent, like at least they know that you're sharing something you believe in, regardless of what they think or not. Again, they're not paying for your bills. They're not paying for your loans. They're not paying for your mortgage, etc. So screw them. Second is that you need to treat the business like it is a business. Like, you show up to work every single day, you go. Like, even if you don't want to go, like if that's your job, you're there every single day. You work 8 to 5, that's it. So if you tell yourself every single day you're going to work your biz for 30 minutes, guess what? You better work your business for 30 minutes because that's your job. You signed up to do this, and there's a why, and that's why you signed up to do it. And that's why you got to always remember in your head, like, this is why I'm doing this business. And so you just have to treat it like that. And also too, like, that is another thing that we kind of talked about that I feel like I focus on is I try to like focus on, obviously sponsoring is key. And that's kind of like where I'm going with this, but like, you have to sponsor like every single day. Like, you have got to be all in. And the big thing that hit me this month when we were at the retreat this last weekend was that every month you're supposed to start your business off like you have no team. So this month I am a team of 1, and that's it. I love my team and the ones that are on the calls. I love you. But like I said, like for me, I'm starting my month off like I have no team at all, and I'm working my butt off to build my team again and again and again every single day, every single month. Because you want to, in this business, if you want to make money and if you want to, you know, share this opportunity with people, you literally have to grow your business. And they said that you want to consider this, instead of saying I'm sponsoring somebody, you're sharing the opportunity with them, because the opportunities with this are endless. Like, y'all, I felt like a queen this weekend in Canada. Like, they were giving you gifts and like sharing with you all their stories. They loved, like, it was congratulations for being an area manager. And I think sometimes we get so like mad at where we're at, but like, district managers, like, you did it. You promoted to the first of 4 levels. That is amazing. Like, be hella proud of where you're at right now. And you know what? Be so happy with where you're at, but so excited to be at the next step. And that's like what I tell people all the time is like, that was a big lesson like that I learned this weekend, that I kind of tell myself, okay, Brittany, you're an area manager. It's great, you know, but like that car though. So like, you definitely just have to be content to where you're at and work so hard towards the next goal. So you just have to be all in like 100% of the time. So another thing is once you're building your team and you're sponsoring, you just want to do like crazy reach outs. I do a lot of things, like a lot of people will do like cold reach outs, and I found that sometimes those work for me, sometimes they don't. And if you don't really know what that means, that just means that you're basically finding somebody on Instagram that you like their personality, somebody on Facebook that you feel like they live a fun life and that they could benefit from this. And you're sharing with them just straight up like, hey, like, this is an opportunity I have. I do something more so called conversation starters. So like I reach out to somebody and try to just build kind of a little bit of background information about them, like where they're from, what they're into, where they're in school, what their job is, things like that, because that can be a good conversation starter. And another thing with that is like make sure you're not prejudging people, like just because like this girl over here looks like she really wouldn't rock the business, that could be your future RVP. So like reach out to her anyways. That like does not matter, because I mean, like you can ask Annie, she probably looked at me and was like, this girl's in pharmacy school, she's not going to care about this, you know, she might do this for a little bit, but like, I mean, even like if you think about it, that's a big thing, is like don't judge somebody because just because you think they're busy doesn't mean that they won't be your next national vice president. Another thing that hit me hard this weekend, I'm telling y'all, it's like 20 different things, but they asked, after we were talking about sponsoring, was, would you sponsor you? In this moment, would you sponsor you? And so what I took from that was just, am I working my business? Am I sharing the opportunity with other people? Am I dedicated? Am I coachable? Like, y'all, your sponsors above you, they know what they're doing. Like, do y'all think I started this? Annie is my direct sponsor. So like when I started this business, I wanted to mimic what my sponsor was doing, because obviously she's doing something right. She's where she's at. She convinced me to jump in at this opportunity. And like I said, obviously at the end of the day, like she is doing something right. So if someone has signed you up and they're telling you to be consistent and they're telling you to share this and they're telling you to put your face on the camera and they're telling you to do reach outs, they are right. And you should do what they're telling you to do, because at the end of the day, like they have gotten themselves where they are because of what they're doing. And so that is something that you should want for yourself, and following their lead is 100% going to get you to where you want to be. Also, I'm sorry, I'm making sure I hit like all of my things. Okay. So this was a big thing when we were talking. I feel like sometimes it's so easy to get focused on the people that tell you no. But what's awesome is that the more people that tell you no, the closer you're getting to that person that's going to tell you yes. And so I get so bogged down on the no's. I'm like, oh my gosh, someone told me no again. Oh my gosh, someone ignored me again. Oh, they ghosted me. And after this weekend, I was like, I don't even care. Like all of these, it might take me 125 no's to get one yes. And guess what? I'm going to live in that yes, because the 125 no's don't matter, because they're missing out. That's not on me. That's me trying to share an opportunity with them, and they're missing out, because I just can't tell you enough. Like this whole 6 months has been just an opportunity and a dream for me. So I just take it as I know what I'm doing, and I know that I'm sharing this opportunity with others. And if they don't want to take a look into it or they don't want to accept it, then that's on them. So live in the yes and work for more no's, because it's going to lead you to that yes. The last thing that I really wanted to talk about is like, and I absolutely slack at this, and I'm admitting it to all 100 of you on this call. I am awful at trying to get up and do personal development, because I consider my personal development laying in bed, and that is not the good personal development that I need. Or if you ask Haley, a glass of wine and some mac and cheese balls. And if you've never had a fried mac and cheese ball, you're missing out. So anyways, like I said, personal development is so key. And I have 2 of my books literally sitting by my bed, so I have no excuse. I'm going to wake up in the morning, I'm going to cut it on, and I'm going to literally read at least 10 pages a day, because personal development is crucial. Y'all, when you start getting in your own dang head, everybody is going to get in your head, and then your business is going to go to shit. I mean, that's just me being straight up honest. When you start telling yourself, oh, it doesn't matter if I do this, and then other people are like not reaching out to you, you're like, it doesn't matter if I do this, because even if I do this, they're not going to reach out to me. All the negative things start coming in your head. So seriously, personal development is key. I actually read a really cool book yesterday that they gave us during the area manager retreat. I read like 15 to 20 pages when I was on the plane. And it was really cool to like explain this awesome thing about like why network marketing is so awesome and how it's very the 4-year career. And it's very similar to direct sales, except so much better, because in direct sales, there's the ability to get fired. There's the ability to like, you have like the pressure to have to sell and do things like that. And so what's cool, and I think this goes with making sure that you take your business wide, is one of the pages in there stated like, if you're trying to sell like $100,000 worth of like, no, we'll say 10, we'll keep the math easy. Sorry. If we're trying to sell $10,000 worth of sales, but you only have 10 salespeople, that's direct sales. They each have to sell $1,000. Or you could grow your business wide and you can have more people, but selling less products. So you could have like, you could have 100 people just selling like, 1,000, or like 10 people selling 1,000, or like 100 people selling, y'all, my math is off when I'm in pharmacy school, $100 worth of stuff. So like I said, it's just awesome to know. Y'all are laughing at me because I'm not a mathematician. I promise you I can count your pills. But anyways, like I said, it's just crazy to know, like if you just build your thing wide, you have so many more people that can help you reach your goals. And then after that, they keep going and going. And so that's the key in like building it wide. So that's like what I wanted to tell you is follow up with your PCs and get them to sign up as a consultant. Explain the benefits of it. Like I was telling Annie, my big like fear in the business is talking one-on-one with somebody, like person to person. And yesterday I got stranded in the airport and I was sitting next to this guy and I was like, heck, he's got something about joints on his computer because I'm being a creeper. It's like, I'm going to chat with him for a second. So I'm like, are you in med school? He's like, no, but I was looking at your computer too. I said, good. So that like opened up my opportunity to be like, oh yeah, well, I'm actually like writing out a plan for my business right now. Can I tell you about it? Anyways, ended up being that his girlfriend had a gluten intolerance and I told him about the products and he was like, let me add you on Facebook. So when I get home, I can tell her about it and we can connect. And so, like I said, that's like my big hard no of my business. Like I said, no, I'm never talking to somebody. No, I'm never doing this. And I did it. And now I'm like, y'all, call my gym owner today. I'm like, yo, you got nutrition products in your gym? Because if not, I'm sending some Arbonne to your thing and you can try it or set it out. Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because the worst they're going to tell you is no. And you should be confident enough because you've done personal development to accept that answer, walk away, and move on. So that's all I have for today. And Haley's going to take it on for the rest.
What's up, guys? So good job, Britt. You nailed that. Oh my God, it just like blew up my face. So Haley, okay, sorry, that was not, okay. So Brittany, yes, she nailed it. Sponsoring is so important. And something that I wrote down that I wanted to follow up on that, I'm just gonna like go straight into this, is sponsoring, like you said, show up. So from a sponsor's point of view, as your upline, I guarantee, I know your sponsor or your manager, whoever is above you, they're watching to see who to put their energy into and train and teach and all of that. They're not going to want to, if they don't see you dedicating the time to, improve your business, be a part, like dedicate your time to learn. We're watching to see who's dedicating their time. Who do we want to put our energy into? Because I guarantee we're not going to want to dedicate our energy to someone that pops into a call once a month or once every couple months. We want someone that's here to grind with us every time. And that's just blunt, honest truth. Everyone preached about in Canada about find those lights. Like don't focus on the shadows. Like don't try and light a fire in someone else's belly for them. Just because that's not authentic and not genuine. So just have that fire in you, whether, oh my God, my dog is out over there. But yeah, so I just looked up, it's like out of the fence, but oh my God, I don't know what to do. My mom, I live next door to my parents and I see her husky running around.
Hey, I can like touch on a few things, Brittany.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk kind of like how I start a conversation while you go get your dog?
Yes, let me call my mom.
Okay. Annie, I can just hit real quick. Like one of them had asked like how I would just start a conversation because I think you do an awesome job of cold reach out. So I'm going to let you hit on that because you do way better than I do. But conversation starters, I'll just look at somebody's page. I'll shoot them a message and I'll just be like, hey girl, I really, really, really love this about your page. Like, I love that you're into health and wellness. Like, whatever. And most of them will respond back and just be like, thanks girl for checking out my page. And I'll say, okay, well, like what got you into health and fitness, or what got you into healthy eating, etc. And I'll kind of just like chit chat with them. Hey, where are you from? This is where I'm from, etc. So that's kind of how I'll talk about the thing. And like, it gets me into like, well, what do you do for the day? And I'll just kind of tell them like, oh, I'm a pharmacy student, but on the side, I do this. Or this is my, this is my other business that I do. So that's kind of like how I go from there, but I'll give it back to Haley. If you have any questions, you can just do it in the chat. I'll answer them.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Like, I just looked outside and there's our husky running around. But along with that, so basically we're watching who we want to work with, and who we want to put because if you're a manager, like we love this stuff. And so we're looking for those ones that love it just as much as us. And something that really hit hard with me is to not make excuses. Y'all, there was a woman that went to Canada. She has chemotherapy every single week. She went to Canada, literally went to the retreat, had chemotherapy 2 days before. So literally that is the definition of no excuses. A mom, there was like an 8-day-old baby and mom there. And like literally whole definition of no excuses. So I could go on and on about that. But so things I wanted to focus on was the big picture of everything. So some things that like really hit hard with me was appreciate your journey. Y'all, when we were in Canada, it was like, we were like, oh my God, the Americans, they were like, so literally I noticed like the very first things I noticed when meeting people was, shit, I really need to be grateful and appreciate my journey, because there were women there that had been there like 7+ years, 6 years, 5 years. And I would be like, hey, like, how are you, like, what level are you, like, thinking they've been in it a while, like maybe they were like an RVP or something. Y'all, they were an area manager and they loved every second of that. They loved area retreat manager. They loved that they were an area manager for 6 years. And I was like, oh my, like, I was like, hell yeah, you're an area manager 6 years. I was like, that is freaking awesome. And so that is just something that really spoke to me, was like, appreciate your journey, but be hungry to level up. Just kind of like Brittany said. So that was just something that spoke to me, was just really appreciate your journey, and never ever compare your stories to someone else. So something else, so like we said, always be coachable. So this is something that really spoke to me, just because I see this so much. So many people lead with the 30 days challenge. So much. That's, if you look at someone's Instagram story, or like they'll post about only the 30 days healthy living challenge, but we have like 400 other products. Imagine walking into Target and they have one product. You would never go in there, because you know exactly what they have. We have so much to offer for every single person. So don't be scared to share other products. And don't make the 30 days challenge or RE9 or whatever your main focus. We have so much to offer. And so I just kind of wanted to hit that, because I just feel like so many people, they're like, oh, like I don't use that product. I don't want to share it. Y'all, Camilla didn't even know the name of a product, but you know what she does know? How to pull up a product sheet on our resources. So use your resources. Like, don't think you need to know everything about anything. And don't think that you just need to talk about our 30 days healthy living challenge because that's one of our flagships. Like, I freaking love the micellar water. That's one of the cheapest things on there, but I freaking love it. So that's just something that really spoke to me, was just don't be a one product kind of store, because we're not. And how Brittany was saying, like, reach out with a business opportunity. If you're reaching out to people about the products or something, hard no. Like, don't do that. Always reach out with a business opportunity, just because that is the biggest thing we have to offer. And so a lady did a training versus an IC versus a PC. A PC is going to buy something. So how long does the RE9 last? It's lasted me 6+ months right now. But how long has my ICs lasted? That is a recurring business. That is just smart business. Your PC is going to order maybe once every 6 months or whatever. Your IC can duplicate. This whole business is about duplicating and sharing and loving and everything like that. And so that is just a huge thing, is always lead with the business and fall back to the products, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to love the products and they're going to be like, oh shit, like, okay, like I actually really do like it. So always, always, always lead with the business. every single time. And I know like a lot of us are like, oh my God, like, no, that's way too scary. That's way too scary. Put the fear aside and just do it. Like I guarantee it will pay off. And if it doesn't, move on to the next. Another person made this referral and it like really spoke to me. She said, if someone came up to you and said, here's 1,000 rocks, one of the rocks has $10,000 under it, would you go flip over 1,000 rocks or 10,000 rocks or 1,000, however many I said? I would damn sure go flip up 10,000 million rocks if I knew there was money under it. So think of it as those no's. Like I will go through, now I have the mindset of I am looking for those no's. Like I want no's because I know I'm getting closer to that $10,000 jackpot. So just keep that mindset. Like someone said, no is next opportunity. I don't know if someone had said that. Have that mindset. Like I'm so serious. I used to be focusing on the negatives, and instead I'd be like, what am I doing wrong? But then I changed my focus to, hell, like I've done so much right in my journey so far. So switch your journey mindset to don't focus on like, oh my God, like I've done this, that, yada, yada, yada. Focus on like what you have done. Like that just falls back to appreciate your journey. Freaking love the no's. Like I am all about the no's now, and I wasn't 5 days ago. So like we said, be coachable. We're looking for the people we want to dedicate our time to. And again, like we said, would you sponsor you? So just keep that mindset as well. And another huge thing that spoke to me was, you're not failing. We always think we don't see success. Like we're so bad about comparing our stories to others. And where am I going with this? But we always like think we're like, oh my God, like I suck at this. Like there's such, like people are such in a rush for success, but it's like, did you just walk into your 9-to-5 job and already get the promotion your first day? Hell no, especially in like corporate jobs. You have to work so much. So just think of that same exact mindset. It takes a while, and appreciate that journey, just as if you would in your office. People work 10 years and they get a promotion. We can grind out and focus on ours, and we control that. Like we aren't in control. So just remember that. So just keep the mindset that you are not failing. You're just impatient. So just remember that. That was something that spoke to me was, I'm not failing. I'm just being so freaking impatient with myself. When in reality, I should really be appreciating everything that I've done so far. So that was just like a couple things that really spoke to me. And so this is like the big idea that really hit me in Canada was we do 30-day challenges. Like they were saying it takes 30 days to create a habit. So I had the idea of a 30 days business challenge. Like if we can do a 30 days healthy living challenge as business owners, let's do a 30 days business challenge. So I wrote daily tasks for challenge. If you want to write them down and like be all in with me, I'm so about this. And we can just like hold each other accountable with the Fit Life Nation page as, especially with that district manager incentive going on. Y'all, that's beeping insane. Like that's awesome. So take advantage of that. So I see some of y'all are like so about it. I'm so excited. So as we said, personal development, every single day, read at least 5 pages or listen to a podcast every single day. Leaders are readers, y'all. And I used to not think that, but it's so freaking true. So at least 5 pages of personal development every single day. Next, don't miss one single team call. If you had a meeting at your job, it's the same exact thing. Show up for yourself. It would have looked so bad to my team if all the other area managers were in Canada and I didn't go. That would have been such bad leadership. So for not only my team, but for me as well. Like that would have sucked. And check in. So the next task, check in with your sponsor every week. We want to know how you're doing. If you need anything, like that's what we're here for, is to empower everyone. And coach you and see what's working, what's not, what can I help you with. So check in with your sponsor every single week. Next, 5 asks a day, 5 asks at least. And that's just not messaging like, hey, like that's not just like a follow-up. That is a brand new person that you're asking every single day, whether it's social media, in person, you're getting that information. So 5 asks at least. Next task, 2 FaceTimes or coffee dates, or, showing the opportunity with someone a week. So at least 2 FaceTimes or coffee dates or whatever a week. Next, not a casual combo, like legit on a scale of 1 to 10, they better be like 8, 9, 10. Next monthly, this is like the monthly goal, not a daily goal. Sign up 8 PCs. Y'all, if you're going for district manager, all you need is it's like 10 or 11. So if you get 8, you have a consultant on your team, they're doing 8, that's probably area manager qual. Like 8 PCs, and get your team to do the same. Write down your goal somewhere where you can see it and read it every single morning and night before you go to bed. That is a daily task. And positive affirmations. I know Annie did a phase with this where she did her positive affirmations, and I'm sure she still does. She just doesn't post about it. But wake up every single morning and say your goal. And I'm not meaning like, I want to be district manager. I want to be national vice president. Say that. And I swear, whatever you speak into the universe, it will work with you. I promise. And something else that a trainer talked about was she did a close day every single week. So that is another part of the challenge. Close day each week. Treat one day a week like a close day. Imagine how much we do on one close day. Imagine that times 4. So literally. So those are 5, the daily task and month tasks that me and Britt came up with for the 30 Days Business Challenge. It has a nice ring to it. And and so PCs at least 102 feet in their order, else, it doesn't really matter towards your bonuses and things like that. And it doesn't really give them a benefit because they're not getting the free shipping and stuff. So those were the 30 Days Business Challenge. I hope every single one of y'all do that. That's going to create habits. That's going to give you results. Like if you are hungry for success in this business, y'all, it starts with everyday habits. And this is going to be a great way to start initializing those things. So that is what I have so far. So Annie, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, real quick, sorry. I know you're checking in. I just wanted to mention, also, I challenge you like literally every single freaking week this month to get 3 independent consultants. Like that should be such an easy thing to do. Add 3 consultants that's like what I want to add to the list. We were like just kind of like coming up with a list, and we were like, oh, I knew we were going to forget something. You should be doing enough asks per week that you can get 3 independent consultants. And for example, like what Annie said yesterday, I did 100 reach outs in the airport yesterday, and I'm talking to 3 people. That is it. That's how many no's I got. I got 97 no's or ignores, but I'm still talking to 3 people. So that's like awesome. Random people. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, that's like the business. I'm a random person to Annie, but like we're really good friends now and close. Like that's just how I just want to show that to y'all. Like that is okay. And also on top of that, like check in with your sponsor every week. That's like key with what Haley said. But I wanted to add on to that. A big thing they preach at this area manager retreat is do not baby your team. So like, for example, like I am here for my team 150% of the time. But like if they ask me a question about like I won't even say the success plan because sometimes that can be a little bit iffy. But like if they ask me a question about a product, they are just as able to go and look it up as I am. So I am not going to answer that question for them. I'm going to ask them to go and check it out themselves, because independence leads to you being successful, because you're going to figure stuff out on your own, and you're literally going to go and do it. And then you're going to become more independent. You're going to become more progressed in your business. So make sure you're being independent. If you can ask yourself, what would Brittany do before she asked Annie a question? Brittany would go look for it herself and figure it out before she bugged Annie with that question. But don't feel like you can't go to your sponsor and ask them things that you have genuinely looked for and could not find. That's totally fine.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm obsessed with you guys. You all know that, but I'm obsessed with those 9 tasks. I wrote down 9, so hopefully I got them all. Okay. I want to hit a few things. I want to hit sponsoring, and I want to simplify sponsoring for y'all like really quick. I did a live yesterday. I know there's so many posts on our Nation page, which is really exciting because that means lots of things are happening. But I wanted to simplify sponsoring for y'all. Sponsoring. You do an ask. So whether that is a cold market, which I'm going to give you guys a message I've been sending for my cold market. Those just like, boom, I'm going to just ask them about the business because I felt drawn to their page, or I felt drawn to this girl I went to second grade with and I feel like she'd be great at this. Whatever your ask is, okay? Even if it takes, maybe you're taking Brittany's approach and maybe you've been talking to them and you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to do the ask. So you're doing an ask, guys. You're saying, I have a business opportunity. Can I explain kind of what I mean? You're sending the Discover Arbonne video, okay? Step 1, you're doing the ask. Step 2, you're sending the video, the Discover Arbonne video, because guys, a lot of times, a lot of my consultants will ask me, they'll be like, okay, they watched the video, now how do I, or before they even watch the video, they'll be like, how do I explain what Arbonne is? They asked what it is. Guys, don't spend your precious energy and time trying to put into words what is already on a video. Literally, there's 95 people on this call right now. I bet every single one of you watched a Discover Arbonne video before you started. So don't overthink the process. You started as an independent consultant, so think of the process you had when you started. So do the ask, share the video, and part of like a sub note to that is share or like follow up until you know they've watched the video, okay? Like it's not just send the video and then wait infinity and beyond for them to respond, you know? Follow up, guys. I've sent 7 blue messages in a row before I even get a white message back, you know? All you guys with iPhones know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Follow up until they watch the video. Step 3, get them on a FaceTime with your sponsor if your sponsor is an area manager or above. That's what I'm going to say. If your sponsor is a district manager, they can likely handle the call, and you know what? That's great. If your sponsor is another independent consultant, they're not going to have the words or the experience or the success to be able to talk on the business opportunity. So guys, like maybe if your sponsor doesn't really work the business right now and you're on this call, like seriously, reach out to me. If you've sent the video and somebody watched the video, tell me and I will get on a FaceTime call with you and that person. So the FaceTime call is literally explaining the next steps to getting started and then answering their direct questions. Okay, that's step 3. So to reiterate, doing the ask, sharing the DA video, getting on a FaceTime with your sponsor if your sponsor is an AM or above. Step 4, signing them up. So not waiting to have another conversation or waiting for them to say, so I always end my FaceTimes with, so where are you at 1 to 10? And you know, this is what Haley was talking about when she said a 10 or above or whatever. I always say, where are you at 1 to 10? You know, you watch the video, you know the price of getting started, you know that you need to buy a nutrition pack, an RE9, because you need to be a product of your product. Where are you at 1 to 10? And they give me a number 1 to 10. Typically, most people are like a 7 because people are like, this is awesome, but I don't know, like I don't know all the I don't feel like I know everything. Okay, again, most people don't know, but I say if they're a 7 or above, that what's holding you back from being a 10 is just being scared. So anyway, the next step is signing them up, like literally sending them the steps to sign them up. So that 4 steps of sponsoring, guys: doing the ask, sending the video, getting on a FaceTime, signing them up. Okay, so don't overthink it. Don't think that you have to come up with all this wording about how to describe Arbonne, all the sentences, you have to create your own video. No, especially if you're not an area manager yet. You know, you right now lean on your sponsor, lean on your upline, okay? Lean on me, because when you're getting on a FaceTime with somebody, a lot of times I explain my success with Arbonne and you're able to show the third-party validation. So if you're trying to get on a FaceTime with yourself or by yourself and you're like, yeah, like start Arbonne, I don't know, I haven't done anything, I haven't gotten a paycheck yet, or I just started yesterday, but you should join me, girl. Like, yeah, maybe if that's like your best friend and she just trusts the shit out of you, maybe she's gonna join you. But most likely that person's going to be like, I'm really skeptical about you. And like, this sounds great, but if you haven't even had success, why would I join you? So having them talk to an area manager, a regional vice president, a national vice president, and be like, yeah, girl, I started this business 2 years ago. I was scared to shit, but I did it anyway. And look where I'm at now. That will show them what's possible in Arbonne. So that's really important. That's the simple nature of sponsoring, and that's how you will sponsor 3 people a week, like their checklist said. And again, you have to do the asks. So it's not just so Brittany said, you know, one of the things she does is start conversations. That's awesome. Like, conversations are great. And a lot of times that helps somebody feel more comfortable with you before you reach out to them. That's totally fine. For me, sometimes I get a little impatient and I'm like, holy shit, I saw this person's page, or I just know they'd be so great at it. And I just like freaking go for the ask. And so I wanted to share with you guys a message that I wrote down. And I don't write down this and copy it, because the point of what I say and the point of what I want you guys to get across is the fact that this is authentic to you. This is like what comes across your mind and how you speak. So this is how I speak. I sent this message to people and I tailored it to what I saw on their page. So just know that. So this is a message I sent. Name. Let's call her Becky. Becky, hey girl. So I know I'm a complete stranger and this is probably the most random message you'll ever get, but I was creeping on your page and I had to reach out. I love your vibe and your passion for living a fun ass life, and that's totally obvious in your post. I'm freaking here for it. Ha 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 ha. To be honest, you remind me so much of someone so successful in my line of business. I started about 2 years ago and it's literally changed my life. I now make over $40,000 a month. And I feel like you would absolutely love what I do and be hella successful. Totally cool either way, but would you be open to hearing about how you can do this alongside what you're currently doing? Question mark. Can I explain more? Question mark. See how I end with a question? So a few things I want to point out about that message. That's a cold message. Is like, first off, I'm being like really friendly. Second off, I'm complimenting and like saying what I felt drawn to about, her page and what I felt drawn to about her energy, I'm saying that she would be successful. People a lot of times if someone told you that, like, I think you'd be so successful at this. Can I explain what it is? People be like, sure, why not? People are drawn to success. So that's the other thing. The next thing is I explain my journey. So maybe you're a brand new consultant and you can't say that you're making X amount a month yet. That's fine. Lean on me. Say, my friend Annie, guys, y'all, we're all friends here. So I'm your friend. My friend Annie started 2 years ago and it's literally changed her life and she's teaching me how to do the same. That's something you can say. That's a sentence. This is going to change my life and I want to do it with you. Can I explain what I mean? That kind of thing. So notice that I didn't say in this, hi, I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne. To be honest, a lot of people have preconceived notions about what Arbonne is, what a health and wellness company is, what direct sales, what network marketing is. So I leave that out because it's not crucial right off the bat. And it's not because I don't want to share it with them. It's just because I don't want them to be turned off before they even know what I'm talking about, So that is, someone asked, how do I find people just on the Discover Arbonne or Discover page? Honestly, I search hashtags. So things I'm into, like travel addict, or dog mom, or just like things like that, things I'm into. The other thing you guys can do that will help you guys find people, I bet that you have a lot of people that are watching your stories and are watching your posts and they're following along. Maybe they've never reached out, but you can reach out to them and say, hey, I've noticed you've been watching my stories. Like, I don't know if you quite understand what I'm doing with my business, but you've been watching, and can I explain kind of a little bit more about what I do? Because if they're watching, maybe they're too shy to reach out to you. So it's totally okay to reach out to those people and let them know that this opportunity is for them. I've had people on this team say, well, my friend or my preferred client or my whatever, they started their business with somebody else. And I was like, oh, what? Like, that's weird, first off. Second off, did you ever ask them to do the business with you? And they're like, well, no, I just kind of figured like they followed me. They like knew I did it. Like, I figure like they should have just known that they could do it with me. Guys, people don't know. Like, a lot of times, like, especially what you're doing, like, you are a brand ambassador. You're starting your own business. People might see that and be like, oh, like what I thought Arbonne was, I thought it was like literally like a sponsorship thing. Like, I have no idea. So like, people don't know the opportunity that's literally at their fingertips. So that's what I wanted to touch on really quick. Another thing I wanted to say is the sacrifices that Brittany was talking about. So guys, like, sacrificing 30 minutes a day. So that might look like right now, not being able to watch your Netflix show, not being able to cuddle with your man on the couch, or your woman, if, for my men out there, or for whoever's into that. You know what? That might look like not not going to girls' night one night. I don't know. Actually, you should always go to girls' night because that's really great. Anyway, whatever that might look like, whatever 30 to 60 minutes of your day might look like right now, okay, those sacrifices in the grand scheme of life are so small to what you will be sacrificing later if you don't work your business now. So think about it 10 years from now, 5 years from now, hell, 2 years from now. Like, where do you want to be? And I don't want to make the sacrifice of, I can't go on that family vacation because I can't afford it. I can't go help my mom who's in the hospital because I can't take time off of work. I can't, all the things you won't be able to do down the road because you decided not to grow your business now because you wanted to watch a Netflix show, I really realized this weekend, the opportunity Arbonne allows you to have to brace for impact. And what I mean by that is you don't know what's coming down the road. You don't know what's going to happen in your future. You don't know if you're going to be laid off from your job. You don't know if somebody in your family is going to get extremely ill and you're going to have to help them pay for a surgery because we care about our freaking loved ones. You don't know what's going to happen. So right now, work your business to prepare for that impact that's happening later. That lady that I forget if Brett or Haley brought her up, her sister is a national vice president and she's a regional vice president and she has stage 3 breast cancer. How could they have known this was going to happen? She can't work anymore. So thank God she worked her business when she could. And she's a regional vice president now. Her parents had to almost sell their house to be able to pay for the treatments and everything. They were going to have to move in with them. And you know what happened is our community, our Arbonne fam, ended up raising $70,000 to pay for her treatment. So guys, this community that you're surrounded by is your fam. Like, we are here for you. But the beauty of what Arbonne allowed them to do, they don't have to go to a job. They don't have to freak out the fact that they can't go work because they're with their she, national vice president, is with her sister in the hospital doing chemo, helping her survive. She has an Arbonne business that is thriving because, for the last 5 years, she decided to prioritize it. In the moments where the only sacrifice she was making was not watching the Netflix show or working on your lunch break or, guys, the sacrifices you're making right now are so small compared to what you will have to make down the road if you choose not to work your business. So the tiny sacrifices now are worth the immense freedom later. I really wanted to touch on that. Then Brittany Smith asked, how do you go from the business to products? So this is awesome. This is why I lead with the business. And I actually just explained this to Riley. She's one of my new consultants, and I feel like this is something I should say. So lead with the business because a lot of people don't know that this is a business opportunity. We talked about that. Lead with the business and fall down to the product. So let's say I reached out to this person and she was like, sure, what do you mean? And I sent the Discover Arbonne video and I said, here, check this out. And she watched the video and she was like, that seems really cool, but like not really into starting a business. Or maybe she ghosts me, whatever, and I spawned a bunch of times. Turns out she's not interested in a business opportunity. What I can say is totally makes sense, especially being that you've probably never tried the products and you don't really know. So hypothetically, if you had to choose, what would you be most interested in? Nutrition, skincare, or makeup? I always ask that question. Continue the conversation. That is what you're doing. Even in cold reach outs, you're just trying to create a conversation. So what would you be most interested in? Let's say they say, I'm really into skincare, or I really am trying to get healthy, or I have a wedding coming up, so I'm trying to lose, those last 7 pounds. There, bam. Girl, we offer a 30-day challenge, and it's helped me so much to create these sustainable health habits. And I've seen X progress, whatever. Lean on, because you're a product of your product. You can tell them about the results you've seen in the products. And bam, you can tell them information about our 30-day challenge. Or you can say like, oh my God, you're into skincare? We have the absolute best skincare. We have multiple different lines. What kind of skin do you have? Create the conversation. Let's say they say, it's really dry and I struggle with breakouts. I have acne scarring. Girl, I need to hook you up with the RE9. Look at my friend Annie's results. If you don't have your results, somebody on this page does. I have a lot of results for the 30-day challenge, for the skincare, with post about makeup, all on my highlights on Instagram. Feel free to go screenshot those and use them to share the results of these products if you don't yet have your own results. Of course, it's always best to create your own results and, start using your products and document. But that is how I start with the business and fall down to the products, because then, and I always explain, we have a 45-day money back guarantee. So literally, worst case scenario, you try these products and you despise them, you get your money back. Bam. And a lot of times people will be like, oh yeah, I'd be into that. Like, sure. Okay, let's do that. Boom, there you have a 30-day challenger. Boom, there you have a preferred client that wanted, 3 hair products or whatever. That is how I start with the business and fall down to the products. And then later, after they use the products and fall in love with them, because like Riley sent me a text today. She's like, the products sell themselves. She was one of my PCs, actually. She did the 30-day challenge. And so anyway, she's like, the products sell themselves. So after they use the products, try it, fall in love with it, that's a way for you to say, girl, you've been using the products now for 3 weeks and you love them. What if you can get a bigger discount? And what if you can start earning an income? Would you be into that? Bam. There. Schooled. I don't know. What else did I want to say? I'm sorry. This is like a longer team call than usual, but thank you guys for holding on. I think all this stuff we're going over right now is gold, so I just want to get it all in while we can. And then I have an announcement for our guest speaker for next week, so really excited. So hang on till the end. And then being coachable. So guys, I wanted to really touch on this. In the beginning of my business, I was not coachable. I literally thought that I could just run this business and just run the 30-day challenges and talk about nutrition. And that's it. Because I was like, that's my thing. Fitness and nutrition, that's my thing. I only want to talk about that. Alex was telling me, girl, lead with the business. Talk about the business. And I literally was like brand new. And I was like, how could I talk about the business when I don't even know what the heck it is? And I let that be an excuse for me for so long. And when I finally started talking about the business, guess what? People had the same fears about life that I did. People were scared that they weren't feeling fulfillment in their career, that they don't have enough money to live the lifestyle they want, that they're stressed about their 9 to 5, that whatever the thing. I started realizing, wow, people have the same thoughts as me. So lead with the business, which we talked a lot about, but be coachable. If your sponsor is telling you to do something, they're not just telling you to do it for their good health. They're not just saying it to say it, Everything about Arbonne and this community is that we want you to succeed. Like, that is it. Like, I want you guys to be able to say that your life was changed because you decided to work this business. I want you guys to have the freedom to Megan actually told me she got it. Sorry, Megan, I'm just outing this. Megan got a job offer, and she told me 1 year ago she would have been all on it because of the pay and just it was a job, and she would have been all over it. And guess what? Today she said she rejected this job offer because she literally didn't want it. She decided that the hours were kind of a lot, and that she wouldn't feel fulfilled doing it. And she said no to this job opportunity because she has Arbonne and she works her business and she's fulfilled and she's making lots of good money and she's helping people and she's freaking loving it. Like, that is the opportunity that I want you guys to have. I want you guys to realize the freedom that you're given with this business, because 30 to 60 minutes a day is a hella less of a sacrifice than 10 hours a day for the rest of your dang life. So look at it that way. Be coachable. Be coachable. If you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, Annie, Haley, and Brittany all said lead with the business, but I'm going to keep leading with the 30-day challenge. I'm going to keep just talking about the products. I'm not going to reach out about the business. Guys, I'm just saying, I did it too, and it didn't get me very far at all. And when I changed that, that's when my business blew up. That's when I started succeeding. That's when I started seeing the time leveraging. Because when you're only selling products and you're the only person in your business selling products, that will take you, so you can probably get to district manager like that. But if you want to see an income, if you want to start waking up and making money, you're going to have to teach other people to do this business too. It's like a CEO of a company. You think a CEO of any company out there, you think a CEO of a company could run that damn company by himself? No. So that's why he has employees. He's taught and trained people to teach and train people so that he can be the CEO and make money. He doesn't have to be out there selling the car. He doesn't have to be out there doing the paperwork. Guys, it's the same thing as any other company. You are the CEO of your own business, and we're hiring. We're hiring 24/7. So start talking about it. People want this job, I promise you. All right, now, what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, research for yourself. So yes, guys, keep in touch with your sponsor. Never think that you're being annoying by asking a question to your sponsor. Trust me. Unless you're asking a question like, what's the price of our protein? Girl, you know you can get on your website, and find out that price. So guys, so many tools and resources are at your fingertips. And if you're waiting, the 3 hours for your sponsor to respond to you, because your sponsor also has a business, your sponsor also has a life, your sponsor probably has a job, whatever, your sponsor's doing other things, they don't get back to you for 3 hours and you've been waiting, you're like, oh, I can't close this PC deal because I don't know the price. Guys, come on, be smarter than that. The other thing is like people say, oh, I didn't know the steps to sign them up for the 30-day challenge, so I just didn't. Guys, log out of your website and pretend like you are that person signing up for the 30-day challenge. What would you do? Oh, I'd probably go to register as preferred client. I'd probably go to Arbonne Special Value Packs. I'd probably get the nutrition pack. Then I'd probably check out. And then I'd probably claim my free gift. Like it's actually so simple what we do. So instead of I just want to say, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Every single one of the successful leaders on this team has been somebody that I talk to daily, literally daily, but they also are doing their own research. So they're leaning on me for things like, hey, can you get on a call with me? Hey, can you, whatever. Can you help me talk to this person or whatever, that kind of stuff. But they're also people that are going to take it upon themselves to go find out what PQV stands for, because we have the source, and we also have a roadmap to success document on our team page. So we have a lot of things offering, a lot of things that you guys can utilize to grow your business and to take it into your own hands. But definitely keep up with your sponsor. If your sponsor isn't texting you daily, it's your business. So if you want it to grow, keep up with your sponsor, If you stop responding, if you ghost them, they're going to assume she fell off a cliff. I don't know. You keep up with your sponsor. We want to help you, but I don't know you need help if you don't text me. Don't feel bad about texting me, So that's kind of what I have to say about that. I think that's all. I'm sorry this was a freaking full hour. I love you guys for hanging on, and I just want to say July is going to be a massive, massive month. So get on board and don't be left behind. Start working your business and start growing this business. Next week, we're going to hear from Matt Como. So Matt Como is a Canadian regional vice president. And I send his DA to a lot of guys that I talk to about this business. He has such a great outlook on what this business is. He has grown it. His sister is a national vice president, and his sister was his sponsor. And he's going to talk to you guys about his journey and about not prejudging people before you talk to them about the business. So if you guys have guy friends, you can still talk to them about this business opportunity. You know what? People that aren't exactly like you, you can still talk to them about this business opportunity. So he's going to be really, really great to hear from. I can't wait to hear all that he pours into us. And I'm excited for you guys to hear. So that is all. Thank you so much for holding on and hanging in there. Now go work your businesses. I can't wait to see how many district managers we have on August 1st. Guys, 3,500 QV. You can do that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. So work for it. And I'm so excited. If you guys aren't a part of the DM group, going DM, if you're not a DM yet, search on the Nation page and just say I think it's going DM or something. We have a group chat, and join that because we're going to be doing more specific trainings for that group, people that really want to work this business and start promoting. So I love you guys. And that is all. Have a great night.